Ladies and gentlemen, your favorite white colonizer, Tal, the traveling clad, coming to you live from Israel. There's a lot of speculation on the moves of the H group from Gaza, what they're going to do next with the hostages. Let's take a look at President Trump's analysis.
How anybody could ever return to that, because there literally is nothing left. And part of the equation is that in order to get rid of Hamas, you've got to do something about Iran, which are their benefactors.
Yes.
And what do you do about that? But I want to ask you about the Saturday deadline, because here's what the president said a moment ago about that.
A deadline, and I don't think they're going to make the deadline personally. I think they want to play tough guy, but we'll see how tough they are. But it's going to be a wonderful thing. It's going to be wonderful for the Middle East. I think it'll turn the Middle East. I think you're going to have peace in the Middle East.
All right, so at the end there.
So Trump's speculation is that the deadline is not going to be hit. So Trump, for those of you guys who don't know, Trump just the other day, I think it was yesterday now, gave an ultimatum to Hamas and said, you release all the hostages by Saturday, 12 p.m. Now, I don't even think the Israelis, we weren't expecting anything like that. We've been trying to abide by the ceasefire situation while Hamas keeps trying to sneak in drones and stuff. And by the way, there was an airstrike today on Gaza as 2 Gazans were trying to sneak in drones, military drones to use on terrorist attacks in the future. So there was an airstrike. So the ceasefire, I'm not going to say it's null and void, but it's already kind of been broken multiple times by Hamas first, obviously, violating it, with the hostages multiple times, with sneaking in weaponry, with terrorists closing on the border and near IDF locations. And now, obviously, the IDF is breaking the ceasefire because they're retaliating. And so this ceasefire is kind of holding at a whim's end right now. It's basically broken. And like we talked about in a video I made earlier, Hamas has no intention in continuing the ceasefire. Their PR win is over. They've released all the healthy hostages, so now anything that they do moving forward is going to be a really, really, really bad look for them. Really bad look, because the hostages that are coming out now are either dead or in terrible condition. All the hostages that we're taking care of are kind of out. Maybe there'll be a few more that are kind of well taken care of, but most of the next ones that are coming up, we've all known this, are probably going to be in pretty horrible condition. And Trump's had enough. As you heard Trump say, he's done. He's over.
He did come back to his plan for Gaza, but let me come back to the Saturday deadline. The president has said if they don't make the Saturday deadline, if all the remaining hostages are not released, all hell will break loose. All bets are off.
Listen to this again by Trump.
And I don't think they're going to make the deadline personally. I think they want to play tough guy, but we'll see how tough they are.
Dude, that's terrifying. If I was Hamas, I'd be shitting my pants right now. The U.S. president, the most powerful man in the world, calling your bluff, saying, you want to play tough guy? Let's see how tough they are. That is, I'm telling you, if this is not a symptom of the Palestinian idiocy, I don't know what else. I've been saying this time and time again. Palestinians, y'all are a bunch of fucking idiots. Imagine bringing yourself to the point. Your Gaza Strip is destroyed. Your West Bank is enclosed on by military operations constantly because you guys are rife with terrorism. And now you've lost any connection to the U.S. president. Whatever potential small landline you've had, you have broken it. It's done. And the problem is you guys are all supporting this bullshit. Imagine being you. You suck. You are so fucking stupid. And I say this with so much love because I don't want to see you hurt. I don't want to see you guys get hurt. I truly don't want to see you guys get hurt. I don't want to see you guys have to leave the land. I want to live in peace and harmony with you. I truly do. Under my rules, because you guys cannot govern anything. Arabs can barely govern. I mean, some places that are the exception, but let's be honest. Arab society is not the, I'll say, the creme de la creme of governing and multiculturalism and diversity and taking care of ethnic minorities. Has not panned out very well for anybody in the Middle East and North Africa so far under Arab Islamic law. And the further away you get from the Arab Islamic law, the closer you get to a semblance of some sort of freedom and I'm not going to say equality, but something along that resembles equal rights for people. I am worried for you guys. I truly am worried for you guys. And whatever happens by Saturday, I'm not going to be sitting here like giddy, like, ooh, I'm so excited. I do want to tell you guys a story. As you can see, I have a fresh new haircut. By the way, before we get into the story, get a mug, travelingclad.com. You can get a hat as well. There's hats like that right there, my Dodo logo. We have t-shirts. We got everything. We got hoodies. We got stickers. It's the best time ever on the travelingcloud.com. Don't miss it. As you can see, I got this haircut. And I live in a pretty local city here in Israel, so it's mixed. We have Arabs and Jews living together side by side. I was in the barbershop, and there were Arab women sitting there in the barbershop today, and they were going off on Gaza. The Arab women were saying, there's nobody innocent in Gaza. What these Gazans have done, this mom and her daughter, this mom was saying, do you believe what these Palestinians, and she's an Arab from Israel, she was saying, do you believe what these Palestinians did to those hostages that were released a couple of days ago? Did you see how they came out? And I was like, I didn't even know what to say. I was like, it's horrible. It's embarrassing. It's terrible. And she goes, they're animals. There are no good people in Gaza. She said there's nobody in Gaza to salvage. Now, while I don't believe that personally, I just take a pragmatic approach, a logical approach, and say, how the fuck are you going to find the innocent people in there? They are embedded in the society. And it's such an overwhelming majority of Gazans that do support the shitty aspect of their society. How are you going to make the differentiation? It's impossible, man. It's really impossible. And that doesn't mean you go ahead and kill everybody. But, you know, we have Donald Trump coming up with some creative solutions to this problem, trying to make something happen. And the basic motto, I think Ben Shapiro is the one who said this. Let the guy cook. Let the guy make some soup real quick. Let the guy make his brownie mix, pour it in the batter, and put it in. I don't mean to be making jokes out of a terrible situation, but let's be honest. The Palestinians have cornered themselves, and I'm saying all across the board. There's conversations now about the West Bank, and potentially they're annexing the West Bank and making it part of sovereign Israeli territory has not been put off the table yet. I would not be surprised if in a couple weeks, I think Trump is going for the full deal, which is crazy. He's not looking to do this shit in pieces. He's going full deal. He wants to solve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Who knows? It might, I don't know. I'm not going to say Trump's going to solve it, but he's going for gold. He be doing it. He's trying to make it happen. So when you see this rhetoric, I'm just saying, imagine if you guys were intelligent. Imagine if you guys were smart enough to understand that your leaders ain't worth shit, and being a part of this Arab-Muslim facade of Arab supremacy and Islamic supremacy and colonialism in the Middle East. Imagine if you woke up to the fact that it wasn't worth it for you. That your end game would be pinned up against the President of the United States, stronger armor than you, none of your brothers and sisters in the Muslim world supporting you for anything. And if anything, they might be partaking in this plan against you. I would not want to be a Palestinian today, or ever. I would not. It seems to suck to be a Palestinian these days. And I say this with the utmost love. Truly, I look you in the eye and I say, if you are Palestinian watching this by chance, probably not. I don't think I have many viewers that are Palestinian. But if you are, I say this with love. It doesn't come from a perspective of hating you or wanting to see you fail. But look at our side. You launched rockets at us. You launched drones. You raped. You killed. You murdered. You set us on fire. You decapitated. All seven of your shitty-ass proxies from the Islamic regime of Iran, you sent ballistic missiles. I ran from them. You sent drones. You sent IEDs. You sent everything. You tried everything, and you failed. And you're a failure. And you did this in 67, and you did it in 48, and you did it in the first Intifada, and you did it in the second Intifada, and every time you lose, worse. When will you learn? Your back is against the wall now. It's time to raise the white flag. Ya Arab Ismani. Ya Arab Ismani. Min fadlik Ismani. It is time to raise the white flag. It's over. Bas. Habibi. Done. There's nothing left. There's nothing to fight for. Palestine, it's not going to be a thing. It doesn't seem like it, at least. And I don't mean to get on my high horse right now and be like, Donald Trump's going to be the Messiah and usher us into a new age. I'm just saying the rhetoric is dangerous for you guys. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. For those of you guys who support my channel, my work, consider joining my Patreon. You get exclusive content there. Join my Discord. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me everywhere. Buy my merchandise. Appreciate you guys, and I love you so much for watching my content. Love you a long time. This white colonizer is out. If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat, or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.